picture, so.
All right, good evening and welcome to the City of Aurora Council meeting for April 13th. I'll ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Ms. Hawks, please call the roll.
Ms. Varner?
Present.
Ms. Grandillo?
Here.
Mr. Hattridge?
Here.
Mr. Horvath?
Here.
Mr. Kovach?
Present.
Mr. Cudley?
Here.
Ms. McDougal?
Present.
Mr. Vaca?
Present.
Mr. Wolf?
Here.
All right, we have a quorum, we will move on. Would anybody like to reconsider a prior action for the meeting? Seeing none, I'll ask for consideration of the minutes of March
so moved.
23rd.
Second.
We have a move and second to adopt. Any comments or questions? Ms. Hawks, please call the roll.
Mr. Kovach?
Yes.
Ms. Grandillo?
Yes.
Mr. Hattridge?
Yes.
Mr. Horvath?
Yes.
Mr. Cudley?
Yes.
Ms. McDougal?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Vaca?
Yes.
Ms. Varner?
I'm not
Yes.
here.
All right, we will move down to number 7 because we have no public hearing, and the swearing in of our new officer, Matthew Tromba. Matthew, please step forward. Law Director, the floor is yours.
Please raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Matthew Tramba,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution and the laws of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Aurora,
and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Aurora,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as police officer for the City of Aurora
as police officer for the City of Aurora
Police Department,
Police Department,
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
Congratulations.
Could you sign that right there? Sign the two oaths if you would.
Officer Tromba, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Wormer Benjamin, Mayor?
Says the title. Okay. Was he a good coach? Yeah. Okay. Right there. I look forward to working with you. You'll like it here.
Oh, you need the podium, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. Okay.
It's backed up.
Bring in the spare.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I wondered if I could please have Officers Cieslak, Byers, Gagliardi, Dispatcher White, Paramedic Murata, Captain Davis, and Chief Barnes, Assistant Chief Schmader, Captain Lovell, and Paramedics Barnes and Overholt. Step forward here, please. Don't be shy. It is a big crowd. Did I name everybody? Hopefully I named everybody. We have something to celebrate this evening. On the evening of December 31st, 2014, a team of our police and fire personnel saved a man's life. Police officers were dispatched to a rescue call for a man having a heart attack at the Aurora Cinemark Theater. Officers Steve Cieslak, Bill Byers, and Tony Gagliardi all arrived less than 1 minute after being dispatched, carrying with them an automated external defibrillator. Inside, officers found a man lying unconscious. Officer Byers immediately began care and the AED was applied. The man's heart failed to respond and Officer Byers started CPR while Officers Cieslak and Gagliardi communicated the critical condition of the patient to dispatcher Dawn White, who helped coordinate rescue efforts. Aurora paramedic Tony Murata also arrived at the scene and assisted in getting needed information from the man's wife. After an additional shock and CPR, the man finally took a breath and his heart began beating again. Aurora Fire Department Captain Brad Davis arrived in the rescue squad. Also arriving at that time were Fire Chief Dave Barnes, Assistant Chief John Schmader, and Captain Bill Lovell. While off duty at the time of this call, they each responded from their homes, knowing that 2 of the city's rescue squads were already on emergency calls, and their help would be needed for this very serious situation. A few minutes later, paramedics Don Barnes and Mike Overholt arrived. They were returning from the hospital from one of the prior calls and responded to the scene. The patient, Aurora resident Dale Schutte, was transported from the scene to the hospital under the care of our paramedics and is now making a full recovery. He and his wife are in the audience this evening. I have proclamations for each of you, except for the fire chief and assistant fire chief, because they were just proud to help, as I know you all were. But I want to congratulate all of the police and fire safety personnel who assisted and worked together as a team, saving Mr. Schutte's life. We have dedicated and well-trained people serving this community, and I, for one, truly appreciate your outstanding efforts. Thank you. And I do have proclamations for each one of you, which I will give to your chiefs for distribution, if that will suffice. But thank you, each and every one of you.
And I want to thank you all too. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of you guys working together. Thank you very much. Thank you. 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 Thank you.
That's neat. Thank you very much. That's neat. That is so neat. Great group of good people.
Mayor, thank you. On behalf of council, gentlemen, ladies, thank you very much for your service and everything you do. Thank you. All right, there will be an executive session. We're going to depart to the other, to the mayor's office.
Yes, Mr. Horvat?
Sir?
I have 2 separate motions. The first one is the fact that I move to, pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G1, that Aurora City Council adjourn to executive session to discuss the appointment of a Chief of Staff Personnel Director.
Is it,
First motion.
is there a second?
Second.
We have a move and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh,
I was going to do roll call.
motion carried. Mr. Cudley?
Yes, the second motion, Mr. Horvat, is to move into executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G3 and G4, that Aurora City Council adjourn to executive session to discuss a pending or imminent court action regarding a collective bargaining matter with the Ohio Patrolmen's Benevolent Association concerning their compensation.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a move and second. Ms. Hawks, please call the roll.
Mr. Cudley?
Yes.
Ms. Grandillo? Yes. Mr. Hattridge?
Yes.
Mr. Horvat?
Yes.
Mr. Kovach? Yes. Ms. McDougal? Yes. Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Vaca? Sorry.
Yes.
Ms. Barner?
Yes.
That's okay. I'm not.